Hello everybody and welcome back to Owarimonogatari second season. It's been a while since we watched Monogatari, due to scheduling and stuff. But now, we're back, and it's time to learn what Ougi truly is. Any theories? I believe that we kind of said this ever since the start of the series, but you kind of did some research into Ougi before we decided to react, so do you, remember anything? Of course, don't say it if you know, just in case, but...
I remember a tiny bit.
And we all know how good Serbi's memory is.
I have one word that I remember sticking out when I looked it up, and I won't say that. I don't know how it fits into my current interpretation of Ougi.
Yeah.
So...
When you were trying to explain what Ougi was from what you read, I was like, wow, Serbi, your memory's really bad.
I know, I remember when we started this and I messaged you, Zero.
Yeah,
and you basically kind of just laughed and went,
what?
Okay, never mind then, we'll move on.
You guys know what to do. Open up your own copy of the episode and sync it up with the title that's going to appear with Kiwi's hands at the end of my countdown. And I'm going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. The penultimate episode.
Thanks. Damn. And this is just the end? Is there any other, extra
There
things?
is Zoku Owarimonogatari. More Monogatari.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows when the next seasons are getting animated, please let me know. There has been no news, but they can't stop animating Monogatari. It's what? It's one of their best series.
I mean, from what I've heard from the analysis videos I watch on animation studios, nobody who worked on Monogatari in Trigger is in Trigger anymore.
Well, it's
Shaft,
not by Trigger, so...
Yeah.
Wait.
This is all Studio Shaft.
Maybe Shaft. Maybe it was Shaft.
Maybe it was Shaft. It is Shaft.
Changed too much.
Look, I do not remember which studio I'm watching the documentary on. I just know that Monogatari was mentioned, and that the person said that nobody who worked on Monogatari is in the studio anymore. So it was probably Shaft.
I think Shimbo still works for Shaft, doesn't he?
I was gonna say, I don't know that that's true.
Yeah. I don't know. If anybody wants to correct us, please let us know.
Yeah, gladly. You should not trust my memory.
Oh my god, you guys. The best seat. Oh, good question. Mm-hmm.
I feel like Hachikuchi should sit in Ononoki's lap.
Obviously.
No kidding. What? This blows my mind. This whole show's an unknown.
It's a good question. Again.
Oh, they used a different word for the sword.
Redeem lol.
Anyone who doesn't come to our streams will be confused.
Yeah. Oh. Soft. Oh.
Oh.
She killed her.
I mean, we did get a little bit of... Oh yeah, go ahead.
The way that she is describing her sounds like Reiko from Natsume's Book of Friends.
We only got a little bit of her in Hana. Her telling interesting things to Kamaru.
Mm-hmm. Impossible. No one can save themselves. Must help.
Right. Even though the problems only got solved when they actually faced it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The darkness. Can you smell the darkness?
You can smell the darkness.
Whoa.
Just randomly do a backflip. Oh, yeah. Kaiki and the bridge.
I don't know, this feels weirdly misleading.
I mean, I can't keep saying it. I never trust either of them.
Ougi and Gaia
Can't
are
give
like
everyone a happy ending.
Couple that's about to divorce and is talking shit about each other to their kid.
You don't know why. I think it's pretty clear why. She wants you to help her. Ah, Kizu.
You can't keep that promise, Anarchy. We both know that. Chapter 009, that's her true identity.
You can't even be 007.
Oh, fuck! Hell yeah!
No, what have you done to your hair?
The roller coaster of emotions.
I actually think it suits her. It's cute.
Yeah, it is.
It's cute, but it's ugly at the same time.
Tsukihee can be a little bit crazy sometimes, but I think she's got a good head on her shoulders.
know, right, Nadeko? Damn, we think the same way.
This is Kiwi's two favorite characters in our room.
You know, I just noticed that she is using ink on a bed. She didn't call Aragyo-ni-chan.
She's growing up.
Only one way to find out.
How does the male lead look kind of like Koyumi, though?
I wonder why.
She's moved on, but not that far.
She's expressing her emotions through a different medium.
A healthier outlet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
All the colors are gone. All the music is gone.
Suki's not buying a bit of it.
But she goes anyways.
She's T-posing to assert dominance. Oh damn, why is this making me tear up?
Oh god, not the power lines. Maybe because you're an immortal phoenix. I don't know. She doesn't even realize this.
Oh damn. The reds are really popping out.
Well. The building that burned down is back.
We always end up back here, don't we?
It ends where it begins, I guess.
Hanakawa's boobs. Wait.
True.
Huh? What? Huh?
Oh yeah, yeah?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Characters that Serpy likes. Oya Oya must be part of the character.
I'm scared. I don't like this.
She's actually a Lovecraftian eldritch horror.
I just, when she said my true form is anxiety, I imagined a really big slug for some reason.
Oh no, that's Hachikuji.
Slug and snail are not the same thing.
That is a very good skill to have.
Damn.
Sitting where the meme man usually sits.
Mm-hmm.
With confidence, without any hesitation. Just far too optimistic.
Is she the human manifestation of the original sword?
Man. It's just this feeling of sadness.
I'm not sad. I'm feeling more sympathetic than I'm feeling sad.
To me, it just feels like something is ending. The show is ending, and it's sad.
Oh. What?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so the culprit is revealed. This entire time, Ougi was Araragi.
Yeah, that checks out. Because, like I said, the one word that I remember when I looked it up before was doppelganger.
But in what way is Ougi Araragi? And how does that make any sense?
I feel like, and we talked about before, but she's kind of like a mirror reflecting something. In this case, Araragi.
I kind of don't want to say my thoughts right now because it sounds extremely stupid.
That's my favorite
what,
kind
so
of
you're not gonna say anything? You gotta say something, Q. Obviously, you don't know the full answer.
So when, like, you asked just now, like, why the question was, I forgot what the question was, but it was related to Ougi. Like, how is she Araragi, right? The first thing that I thought about was Araragi jumping in really recklessly and risking his humanity basically to help out Shinobu and making a contract with her. So that, like, maybe, like, since this is Monogatari, like, the humanity that he ended up abandoning
she's
to form
his nobody. I got you.
Oh no, Kingdom Hearts seeps into everything. No.
So yeah, I was thinking like maybe the abandoned humanity took form as Ougi, but like it sounds kind of dumb.
I will say that a lot of reactors who get to hear start thinking on like certain cues that happened in past seasons, because most of them think, oh, Ougi's the embodiment of darkness, but no, it turns out that it's Araragi, and then when you're like thinking back on it, it's like, oh yeah, back during Oikura's arc, when they were going through the abandoned house, And the cinematography there was very, very clear with Araragi talking into a mirror and then it just reflecting his own reflection back while he was talking to Ougi. And all of them, both of them during that entire section were never in the same light. One of them would be in the shade and the other would be in the light. Yeah, it's basically pretty much just him talking to himself the entire time and going through things. And I guess it also explains why he never really thinks about Ougi, because Araragi is the kind of person who looks to other people and wants to save other people. But has he ever really looked at himself?
Ougi's catchphrase of, I don't know anything, I only know what you know.
Yeah, because I am you, right?
I'm trying to piece together in my head how this can combine with like the fans of the Visible Universe.
There was a conversation earlier in the episode where Guyan asked Araragi why he calls her Ougi. What they said was Ougi introduced herself as a fan of Kanbaru, as one of her fans. And so that's where the wordplay comes in, and that's her name. She's a fan.
Got you.
We also got some information from Guyan this episode that apparently Kanbaru's mother faced an apparition very similar to Ougi in nature. What do you think of that?
What if it's Guyan?
Guyan is the apparition?
No. I mean, is that possible? Does Kanbaru know about that she has an aunt? I forgot.
I mean, yeah, she didn't want to introduce herself using her name when they met Kanbaru, which is why she lied that she was Oshino Meme's sister.
Which is exactly what Ougi did when she introduced herself.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't want to lead the conversation, so I'm just trying to like leave open space for you guys to do your thing, but apparently this is not working.
I'm trying really hard to think and focus, but I'm really struggling.
I don't know where to start. I'm sorry.
I feel like everything I have to say about it, I've already said about it. Like, this doesn't really... I don't know. Ougi is, in this case, a mere, like, reflecting back Araragi. She's the parts of Araragi, theoretically, that, I don't know, maybe... Not necessarily that he doesn't like, but that he's kind of repressed down, kind of like with Oikura.
I mean, if you look back at Ougi's actions and how she's kind of manipulated things in order to get to Araragi in some way, then you could probably come up with a theory as to like what she is to him and like what her purpose is towards Araragi. Because she clearly is there for a purpose. Apparitions always have a reason.
Also, how kind of... Can you not right when I'm trying to talk? Really? That's really rude.
I mean... The fact that she was like calling him out during Oikura arc, that's like the first thing that I'm thinking of. She's his like reality check, something that helps him face the reality, maybe. It kind of doesn't make sense that she at the same time gaslights him like really hard.
Yeah.
You can gaslight yourself.
Together.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, we do gaslight ourselves. It's just that I'm saying that my idea of her being somebody who's guiding him towards the truth kind of makes no sense.
I want to say it's kind of fucked of Guyan to be like, you can't save Ougi, but Ougi is his issue.
Guyan told Araragi that people can only save themselves, and Ougi is him. So it's not really Guyan telling Araragi to go and get rid of Ougi, but it's more of her trying to tell him that he needs to actually look at himself, is what I got from that.
It's a better interpretation. I like that more. I mean, we've kind of, throughout all of Monogatari, kind of had this underlying theme of, like, Koyomi having to kind of come to terms with himself between, like, his vampirism and that whole kind of little arc of his life, or what his relationship is with some of the girls. Like, that's always been the underlying, not theme, but it's always been there. Kiwi, I need help this episode. You gotta help me.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Like, I genuinely don't know what to say. I'm halfway through scared that I'm going to say something super dumb, and the other halfway through I have thoughts that I cannot explain or put into words because they just don't make any sense. You could say that this episode left me speechless because I have no idea what to say. Because, like, it makes perfect sense that Ougi is Araragi, right? Every interaction and everything that's happened so far, it makes perfect sense. I just cannot put my finger down and point out why she's an aberration of sorts for Araragi. I think I had theories about it before, and theorized about Araragi having an aberration, before. I just don't know why.
I mean, that is still a big mystery, and that's kind of like what we're trying to figure out here, because, well, obviously we're gonna get the reason why next episode, but before then...
I've always hated, one thing I always hated about Araragi and been pretty vocal about is his, like, kindness.
I hate when guys are kind, you know?
Yeah.
His, like,
I wish they would mistreat me more.
He's like, oh, yeah, I know this person only for like a week, but I'm going to die for them. Like, his carelessness for himself, kindness towards others, but really like harsh relationship with himself and his own life. So I've always hated that and been pretty vocal about it. So I don't know if Ougi would be an aberration of that, where she's basically there to put him in situations where he would risk his life and see the prize. I don't think that either. Makes no sense. And then you have also
I feel like when you think back to like all of the things that Ougi has done, a lot of them have been points for Araragi that he's kind of just tried to look away from. So like I mentioned with Oikura, right? But also like with Nadeko, it's pretty obvious Nadeko liked him, and I think he just tried to ignore that fact. Like all the things that Ougi's kind of stepped into, I feel like have been things that he didn't want to look at directly.
Yeah, that's
kind of been there to make him.
That I completely agree with. Like her being basically his truth-seeking device, like the metal detector, right? But she also gaslights him a lot of the time, which is like the opposite of the truth, right? So I'm kind of...
Is it
it's
though?
Kind of contradiction. Yeah, it is kind of.
Okay, but no, not gaslighting itself, but the things that she's said and done, the things that she's made him do, the things she's like gaslit him into, I don't think they are counter to that necessarily.
She was trying to sneak her way into meeting with Oikura along with Araragi in order to help him with the case, essentially. If you look at it in like a
most
broad
of her
perspective.
gaslighting has just been to self-insert herself or to convince Araragi to go do something.
Or like when they were in Oikura's abandoned house and she was breaking down the case one by one, that, oh, you didn't realize this. But now that we know that it's him, he subconsciously knew everything that was going on. Yeah. But he decided to ignore it.
It kind of goes to my point more than it goes against it.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Serbi. I'm just... You could say that I'm confused.
Like you said, gaslighting is opposite to kind of being the things that Araragi doesn't want to see. What I'm saying, but the point is...
No, I didn't say that. I said that...
I don't understand what you said.
I just said that usually when somebody gaslights you, they want to keep you away from the truth, is what I said. Or did I misunderstand what you just said?
I don't think that's true with gaslighting at all. Gaslighting is just a way to make someone do something, or feel something, or believe something. It doesn't necessarily have a moral objective. Like, I can tell you, you are the coolest person ever, every day. It doesn't really matter who you are. If I continue to gaslight you and you believe that you are the coolest person ever, that has no, like, it doesn't mean anything.
Does it really have a negative effect on you to have more confidence in yourself?
Yeah. It's like...
I mean, if it's a lie...
So for Ougi, well, what defines who the coolest person ever is? If you believe you are, then why aren't you? Like, so if Ougi is gaslighting Araragi into looking at the parts that he doesn't want to look at, that's not a bad thing. That's just her being like, hey, you can't keep avoiding this.
Good! We're on the right track! Yay! We finally found the path! What Monogatari has been trying to say this entire time. I was a little worried when Ki was like, I can't think of anything to say at all right now. Oh no.
I'm sorry, Zero.
Kiwi, just gaslight yourself into being smart. There.
I can't do that. If I don't have the IQ points, I would not be able to do that.
What? Damn.
She needs to respect.
Yeah, she rolled a 1 when she was specking for intelligence. No, Kiwi.
The gaslighting was the only thing that was stopping me from thinking that way, because you know what? I'm just gonna stop myself from speaking.
Well, no, I mean, I can understand how you viewed gaslighting. Of course, like, most of the time it's usually viewed as a negative thing because it's used in a negative way. But that's not necessarily what it is when you really think about what Ougi has been trying to do this entire time.
I mean, I did say that kind of in a really complicated way what Serbi said.
But it's not entirely wrong because Ougi does both things. Like, for that example, you could say that, oh yeah, she wanted him to look at a past that he tried to forget about and reconcile with that person. But on the other hand, she also hired somebody to kill him. So...
I mean, a typical doppelganger behavior. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we know he's self-destructive, so that's also nothing new.
Self-destructive.
She should have just sent him a maiden in danger, like the worst danger not possible for Aragi to solve.
Well,
and she did.
She did. She
several
put
times
his maidens in danger by having this man kidnap her, kidnap them. This guy called Dio. And he realized that he was being used.
I forgot that Ougi did this.
Yeah, we learned that when we were escaping from hell.
Maybe it's because I've still not grown that far. It's just hard for me to grasp this. Or maybe I'm just stupid as all hell.
What are you trying to grasp? What is the concept you're struggling on?
Just pushing somebody to face something that they're not ready to face.
But if you're the one pushing you, that would imply you are ready to face it.
Yeah, but at this, for me, it's kind of hard to accept the idea that Ougi and Araragi are the same person, because even though Ougi is really similar to Araragi, Ougi has done stuff that I did not think Araragi would be able to do. Just think of it like me idolizing Araragi to a certain extent, even though I hated him for being the way.
What are those things?
Like manipulating Nadeko into self-destruction, being there and basically like, wait, what did she do in Hana? Wait,
in Hana, she was just kind of there. She was a boy too, by the way. Yeah.
Each time Ougi was like introduced and started talking to a character like she did with Tsukihi, I get filled with so much anxiety and fear because everything that has happened so far and Ougi was involved ended up in a negative way.
That's not true though. They all resolved.
Other than Araragi. They all resolved thanks to Araragi, yes, but still, you know?
Yeah, it's thanks to
You need to stop
Ougi,
looking at them as separate people.
While within the universe, they are separate because Ougi is an apparition, and, well, obviously other people interact with that apparition differently when they interact with Araragi, and, you know, she has a name and stuff like that. But still, it is
that's
him.
my problem. That's my problem. Even though Ougi and Araragi are the same person, Ougi kind of has created her own ego and personality that is not similar to Araragi's, but is not Araragi, and that's like why I'm struggling so
because
much.
That's the part that
Kiwi. Have you ever played this game called Persona?
That's the part that Araragi has been pushing away. Yeah. That's why you don't see it in him, because it's in Ougi.
That's Araragi's shadow. Literally.
I understand all that. Okay, I understand it. I'm just having a hard time accepting it.
Okay, it's the acceptance that is the problem. Yeah, you totally understand it. You keep saying that you don't, but you do. You just don't want to accept that Araragi is Ougi.
Basically. I don't understand why I don't want to accept
so I just consider this a win for your Araragi.
True. Araragi just goes up in the rankings to wherever Ougi is for you.
Like I liked him, but now that I know that he and Ougi are connected, like that's just way better. I like him more.
And I mean, like, every single character that we've seen has kind of been connected to an aberration, except for Oikura. So yeah, it makes sense that Araragi has to have his own aberration and his own arc, inevitably. And what better arc to have it?
Her back, because one's coming.
Oh no! Oikura's apparition is just Araragi himself.
Honestly, though, kinda.
Yeah.
Damn, Serbians should be therapists. Now I feel much better. I'm sorry. I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Kiwi, you're gaslighting yourself into thinking that you're dumb. You know that, right?
I'm talking to myself like, okay, this is what I argue right now.
Like, you just keep talking down to yourself and gaslighting yourself. Exactly like what Ougi does to Araragi. You should understand this better than all of us. You literally do that to yourself every day.
I understand it. I just have a really hard time accepting it. That's why I'm saying that maybe I'm just not as emotionally there as I thought I was.
It's okay, dude. People can change. People learn. We can seek help from others. It's very hard to live alone. Just like Suki said, you have to rely on everybody.
Suki is just extremely positive, okay? She's a bird, okay?
Speaking of, why'd you have to mention it like that? What do you guys think of the conversation between Tsukiji and Ougi?
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, it was cute and relatable.
And it becomes even cuter when you picture it from, like, as Araragi talking to his sister.
Yeah, the other side of Araragi.
It's kind of also cute that she was cautious of Ougi, but she's never cautious of Araragi.
I mean, thinking about it like that, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense why she would just, get on the bicycle. Because, like, why would you get on the bicycle with somebody you've never met?
Oh, I would do that.
Oh my god,
no,
Kiwi.
no.
I'm just too scared to say no.
Oh
so you just willingly be kidnapped.
Go.
I'm too scared to fight you, so I'll just put the bag on already.
I like that conversation because you can clearly tell it's basically Nisio Isin kind of talking to the reader as well through the banter of both of these characters, of mystery novels, the nature of them, the revealing of the truth, and the true horror that when you realize that this thing that has been haunting you is just you. I was my greatest enemy.
I know the implications of when she said that her true form is unsightly, but it is funny when you picture her saying Araragi is unsightly.
How I interpret that is that she's kind of this other side of Araragi that he thinks is unsightly, which is why she says that she's unsightly, right?
No, for sure. But I just like the...
Oh yeah, Araragi's pretty ugly.
Literally. She's embarrassed to be Araragi.
Only Senju Gohara would date that face. Oh god.
Does that mean Senju Gohara and Ougi are also gay?
Technically, yeah.
A threesome.
Even better. Is that why she changed it to a girl during Hana? Change it to a boy, I mean. Oh god. Everybody's gender keeps changing. Oh.
For Senju Gohara's pleasure.
An interesting thing to point out in Hana was that Ougi became a boy, but also instead of like gaslighting Kambaru into something bad, she kind of gaslit her by, well, not really that. From what I remember, she gave her information about what the other girl was doing, and that kind of led her down that path and towards that reconciliation.
Just gave her a small push in the right direction.
Yeah, this time in the right direction.
I guess that Araragi won't like get rid of Ougi. They're going to like make a deal so that when Araragi leaves for college, somebody's looking over the kids in the town or something.
Yeah, I mean, we know this for a fact that Ougi doesn't disappear since we see her in Hana, and Hana's later on during the timeline. For me, I view that kind of gender swap to be more like, oh, Araragi has kind of accepted Ougi more than anything. Yeah, that's kind of
how I see it.
Yeah.
Ougi is more a part of him at that point.
It's a shame that we don't see Ougi with Araragi hairstyle, though.
I mean, it's not that far off.
Yeah, still, I wanted to see it in an Araragi look. With a whole
especially when you look at Hana Araragi's hair.
Yo, whoa. Damn,
Yeah,
Araki became a lady.
No.
Wait, if Araragi makes a deal with Shinobu again, does that mean that Ougi will also be making a deal with Shinobu?
I kind of view them as
kind of the lines of
yeah, like how literally are they the same? I feel like it's more two aberrations.
It's less physical and more like kind of Araragi's mental connection with her.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if Ougi stays, that means that Araragi is going to make an enemy of Gaen.
I'm okay with that.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you can have resolution without the aberration disappearing. Hanakawa was proof of that. And that part of him isn't going to go away ever. So the fact that the aberration remains, I think, isn't necessarily going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, having Ougi take on the more masculine appearance, I think goes to show that they're kind of, that separation is becoming narrower. We have an episode to go, so who knows? Maybe Zero is trolling us, and this will go a completely different direction. But I doubt it.
Maybe Araragi just had a sleepover thing and said, "Oh, you are me," when he actually said you were Shinoemi.
I'm just glad that we were able to have a discussion after the rough start that we had.
I'm sorry, I didn't know how to react. Such a person on a reaction channel.
Oh no!
I needed something to bounce off of.
I'm sorry.
You can't just leave me drowning.
Let my brain process.
Survey, the fish was literally drowning, bruh.
Just drowning on dry land. I needed someone to throw me back in the water.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. Next one is the finale. Oh my Jesus. It's been such a long time since we started Monogatari. I'm really excited to finally get here. So many things have happened, like in the show and in our lives too.
Yeah. Not kidding.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.